Hello, everybody. This is Kage Palazzo, and we are going to be. I'm breaking a rule today because I said no off series games from this series, and I am doing it right now anyway. I am playing Final Fantasy Tactics. And the main reason why I'm playing Final Fantasy Tactics is because, as I have probably mentioned a few times already in a couple of my other. Um, that might be a little too loud. There we go. So, I Final Fantasy Tactics is getting a remaster that's going to be coming out September 30th. I haven't played this game in forever. I've never played the War of the Lions PSP version. This is the only version I've played. So I want to play it before it comes out again, and then I'll play that one because Final Fantasy Tactics kind of deserves it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Let me just rearrange this a little bit. Nah, I think we're good. Nah, I like the way it looks right now, so we're good. I might add some stuff later, but yeah, we're gonna be playing some Final Fantasy Tactics. I just can't help it. The kingdom of Ivalice, forever guarded by the twin-headed lions and by the sun that shines upon them. This is the OG English translation. A year after the defeat of the 50-Year War, so yeah, we lost. The king has died from a terminal illness earlier, and the prince who succeeded him was only 2 years old. I think it was the Black Plague, if I recall. This meant his guardian would actually reign in his stead as king. The queen's elder brother Larg was designated as guardian, but fearing an oppressive reign from the queen, the parliament ousted the potential prince, appointing instead the king's cousin, Prince Goltana, as the guardian. Alright. Prince Goltana and Prince Larg are both respected generals who proved themselves in the 50-Year War, despite the fact that they lost. Prince Goltana had the support of the powerful nobles, but disenfranchised nobles and knights clearly supported Prince Larg. So this is kind of like their own War of the Roses, except for it's War of the Lions. The black line symbolizes Prince Goltana, and the white line symbolizes Prince Larg. So you got red and black and blue and white. This is the beginning of what will later be known as the Lion War, or War of the Lions, as it is also well known of. So this game's very interesting. This came out around the same time Final Fantasy VII, and here's the funny thing that I'll just talk about. We're gonna watch one more video. There's I think one more video that comes after this. We kind of want to watch it too because doesn't show in the game. So first off, this is the version I own right now. I used to own the official regular release of this, but it got stolen, so I had to rebuy it. Like a lot of my games got, especially the PlayStation, got stolen or got borrowed to somebody and they moved away because I was part of the military. That's Air Force for you. But so I had to rebuy this Final Fantasy Tactics myself, and it's the greatest hits version. You can't see the green because obviously the green screen and whatnot is probably blocking it, but I bought Final Fantasy VII when it came out, but I never got to play Final Fantasy VII because, like I said, I think during my Final Fantasy playthrough, I let everyone else, all like two or three of my other friends, play Final Fantasy VII before I even touched it. So then I got bored and I had enough money to get another game, and I looked and I said, oh, Final Fantasy Tactics. It's Final Fantasy, but it looks a little bit different. So this was actually I played this before I played Final Fantasy VII, The Lion War. So this game and Xenogears. Yeah, blame yourself or God. Oh, I wish they kept that line in the game. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Sakaguchi before he left. Sakaguchi should have stayed with Square, but as soon as Enix got swallowed up in the merger, it just, yeah, he left, and its Final Fantasy's never really been the same since, I've noticed. 10 was the last probably great Final Fantasy before. I'm not saying it's gone downhill, but it's definitely not the same. Some people will say it's gone downhill since 10, and I would totally understand that. There's one more video which goes through some of the jobs, which we'll watch, and then we'll start the game. So I played this first, and like I said, this game and Xenogears really changed my life and changed the perspective of how I see the world. And that's the power of these games did on me. These were my books. Once I started playing games like this, my reading of actual books slowed to a crawl to almost non-existence, because these games had narratives that were just incredible. So I know we're spending the first 10 minutes just watching these intro videos, but these videos are amazing. So yeah, back in the day where you actually get instruction manuals in your games. They're so lazy these days. But yeah, they have... Yep, here we go. So this is basically the job descriptions, a little taste of things to come. So this has the job system pretty much like, 3 and 5 had job systems, right? So this also had it, so... And I think I played this before 5 and before 3. So this was my first time being introduced to a job system. So, holy cow. The 90s were weird, man. So, yeah, I even had the official strategy guide, which I think I still have, but it's in pieces. The spine of the glue on that instruction of this strategy guide, which I did buy, I think around the same time I bought it, because I thought... I did that with 7 too. I bought the strategy guide for Tactics and 7 at the same time. But the spine on this thing like disintegrated, so I had to... it's in a binder, so I'm not really sure where it went. It's probably buried somewhere, but I probably still have the binder with the original hints to this game, which was amazing, because I definitely learned a lot of cool things. Now, I could easily start looking things up and learning how to get certain things and whatnots, but I don't think I'm really going to do that until I get to the very final chapter, I think. Only because, like, when I start doing, like, when I start doing, like, deep dungeon and stuff like that, maybe I'll get some guides, because there's some items in there that you have to use to get with a certain skill that you have to sit on or stand on certain locations to grab. You'll see it as we play along. So this game, man, this game means a lot to me. So I mean, when I was thinking about doing the Final Fantasies, I really considered doing this initially, but then I was like, let me just stick with the main games for now. And yeah, I know I still have... I mean, give me like 4 hours, like one full day, and I'll finish 7. But I really want to finish this first. And again, I'm still kind of delaying, waiting on so I can start 8, because I want to start 8 really quick and get through 8 and then get through 9, and do that with my brother's Blunder and Bungle. So yeah, this right here, fun. So yeah, we're just basically going through all of them real quick. So I have water, I have booze, I have everything to get started on this, because we're gonna have some fun today. Oh yeah. So you can actually recruit monsters in this game. Chocobos obviously are the big one. There's 3 of them. Yellow, black, and red. Don't mess with red chocobos. You will fucking die. Goblins we know. Bombs we know. Bombs are going to be a pain in the ass because they do explode like that. They kill themselves, but they do a lot of damage. Ghouls are also kind of freaky, but there's a whole bunch of different ones. We've seen some of these art pieces before in the card game we were playing, so, which I am taking a break of. I mean, I love it, but I can understand that it's very slow. So playing something like this gets us a little bit going. Dragons, yes. We have to be careful when we're doing monsters, because monsters do lay eggs. They do make stronger versions of them while doing that, but at the same time, it can I think we can only have 16 characters max in the party. So okay, we're gonna start brand new. I think, yeah, circle is definitely a accept. So, I am Alazim. Alazim, a scholar of ancient Ivalice history. Now, I know Ivalice, how that's pronounced. Most of the other names, I'm going to be kind of guessing. Thankfully, we have the new version coming out. Have you ever heard of the Lion War? Well, I've heard of the War of the Lions a lot lately. It divided Ivalice in two over who would be the successor to the throne. It ended with the appearance of a young hero named Delita. Everybody living here knows this hero's tale. Do they? Cool. But we also know that what we see with our eyes alone isn't necessarily the truth. Ain't that true? Here's a young man. That's a young man right there. He is the youngest son of the noble Beowulf, pillars of knighthood. Okay. There's no record of his playing an active part in history, but according to the Duray report, which I think it's supposed to be Duray, but again, the English translations back then were not really good. According to this, I'll say Duray report, released last year, concealed for many years by the church. Yeah, oh yes, Asher. Oh, indeed, yes. This unknown man is the true hero. The church claims he was a blasphemer and anarchist, the root of all evil, a heretic. But is this the truth? Won't you join me on a journey for the truth? No. Before that, please tell me your name and birthday. Fine. So, this character's name is Ramza Beowulf, but we are going to go ahead and just make him me. Because why not? Because that's how we do things, right? Yeah. We're not going to be able to change his name, I think, in the remaster, just because it's voice acted, so we're not going to be able to. So we might as well enjoy that now. And I'll actually go ahead and put in my actual birth date, because believe it or not, this game does use the Zodiac for abilities. So, let's go ahead and make that true. That will give me my Zodiac, which is a Taurus. Orban Monastery right there. Square presents. Yes, this is Square Soft, not Square Enix. This was before the merger. The Zodiac Brave story. This, while not the best translated version, and I hear The War of the Lions was significantly better. Merger happened because the movie failed. I did like that movie. Ah, yes, The Fated Spirits Within. I do remember watching that in theaters and leaving very disappointed, though. That was mostly because I was expecting more fantasy, and it didn't happen. It had a Cid. It had spirits. And I was waiting for the Final Fantasy logo, the Final Fantasy, prologue or fanfare. Didn't hear any of it. It had a spaceship. I guess, since, I think 8 came out around that time when the movie came out. So, sure. Looks like Goltana's men right there. But you'll find out, I think, later that not really. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. Let's just go ahead and watch here. So this is just, little intro here. I think War of the Lions improved these a little bit better. So, and I know that the remaster is going to have those cutscenes, but not playing during the game. They're like in a section where you can just rewatch them. War Mount Chocobos. I think this is the first time we've seen them as War Mounts. So this is pretty cool. Because I think beforehand they were just used for travel, so they weren't really used for war. Now we're seeing them, and this is a cool shot. That's the the cover art right here. Uh-oh. My video somehow froze. Hold on. I was showing something and apparently my video froze. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is where that was that scene right there. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why my webcam went kind of nutty, but whatever. Tilted Quill. Wonder if Chocobo tastes like chicken. Probably. A very large chicken. Still playing on my end. Okay, for some reason on my end it was just not showing it, and it kind of froze for some reason. The camera. Yeah, the camera. Yeah. Hello, Tilted Quill. How you doing? I think the only other game that had them as war mounts was Type 0, but that, again, was later. So this is the first time. So, alright. And I am playing this version, the PSX version, because this is my version of Tactics. I never played War of the Lions because I heard that the sound was broken a little bit. The music was a little off. It got rid of all the flavor text when doing spells and abilities. And it had incredible slowdown, so I did not play it. So, God, please help us sinful children of Evilise. Princess Ophelia, let's go. Just a moment, Agrius. The guards have already arrived. Princess, don't give Agrius trouble. Please hurry. Oh. Aha! Black Knight. What's been going on? It's been nearly an hour. Don't be rude to the Princess, Gafgarion. Oh, yes, Gafgarion. Gafgarion. Oh. And he just does a little, is this going to be alright, Agrius? I was like, I know the War of the Lions has, like, more robust and almost Shakespearean text, but, again, I like this version still. This is the one I grew up on. This is an urgent issue for us. Like, I'm not giving a damn. So there are even rude knaves even among the Hokuten. So I couldn't pronounce a lot of these words when I was a kid, so I'm glad I haven't played this game in years. Years! I can't even remember the last time I've actually picked this game up to actually play it through. Among the Hokuten. I'm being more than kind to the guard captains here. Besides, we're mercenaries hired by the Hokuten. I'm not obliged to show respect to you. What? How dare you? Enough, let's go. I think we're the blonde guy. I'm just saying. Go with God. You too, Simon. Ah, yes, that's where Simon Belmont is. He's an old man now. Uh-oh. Lady Agrius, the enemy. No, not the priest. Yeah, the priest is Simon Belmont. Prince Gotana's men? Ah, yep. What one must do to make money. What, Kage? You have a problem too? I'm no longer a knight, just a mercenary like you. That's right. Well then, let's go. Can't decide on whose voice is what, but there's just so many characters, so I might not be able to be... It's like, oh God. Oh God, indeed. Yes. So the loading times are going to be a lot faster. Again, I'm kind of playing this on my PC, but again, I do have the OG game right here, and it's just easier for me to do it on the computer. Yeah, right there. So it does work. The crest of the Black Lion. Yes, that's Gotana. What's wrong with Prince Gotana? He's such an idiot. Does he want to start a war? Sure, yes. Knave, there's no point in resisting. Just give us the princess, or that beautiful face of yours will be scarred forever. That's rude. I remember seeing this and being like, what is this type of game? I'm like, oh, what is this? Fool, only idiots tack head on. Leave this to us. We can't make money that way. Rat, Kage, follow me. And then I see them starting to move in place, and I'm just like, what's happening? Huh? What's going on? And then defeat all enemies. Conditions for winning. Ready. And I'm like, ready for what? Ready for what? And it's just like, yep, here we go. Kill them all. Don't leave any survivors. Nonsense. There's no need to kill them. That's just what Gotana wants us to do. Just let them go. That's impossible. Ready, round one, fight. Yep, here we go. And then I saw this and I'm just like, what is this? What's going on? And I wanted to like, what is going on? And then I realized this is not going to be a normal Final Fantasy game. Ooh, Galleon job leveled up. Very nice indeed. Man, I had issues with tactics when I was young. This, then I found SRW. SRW. Shite. I can't remember what SRW stands for. Super Robot Wars. Thank you. Sorry. Alright, so this is basically how, as you can tell, this is how this game is pretty much being run right here. So, we have our levels. Experience points is literally 0 to 100. When you hit 100, you gain a level. This is obviously the unit name. This is the basic. So I'm a squire right now. So it's the starting point of becoming a fine warrior. Unlike other squires, he can equip robes, shields, helmets, and armors, but not axes. So he's the main character is a special kind of squire. Does a little couple. This this is basically Final Fantasy flavored Tactics Ogre. Yes, it is. Very much so. So, and then, of course, the sign called Taurus, sign compatibility. Now this, excuse me, this right here is very important. Because when it says good, that means you do more damage. Best, more damage and critical chance. And bad and worse is obviously the opposite. These do kind of work in this game. I hear that the remaster is going to have, this is going to mean a lot more in the new remaster. So, very important. So this is I think this is the first time I realized I was a Taurus, was because I was like, oh, I guess my birthday falls under Taurus. Okay. That's basically how I found out. You have a brave stat, which is shows courage of a unit numerically. The higher the numbers, the more courage, which basically does damage and blocking chances. Faith is basically belief in the miracles and phenomenon beyond science, such as spirituality and magic. Higher numbers, higher faith, which also means higher faith means you do more damage with magic, but it also means you take more damage from magic. If your brave is too low, you actually get a condition called chicken, and there's a chance that I think the character actually physically turns into a chicken. And if it's not a main character, that character could run away from the game if it stays that way at the end of the battle. Same thing with high faith. If you get, think 90 or higher, there's a chance that that character, if not a main character, will also leave the party because their faith is too high and they just don't, they see a higher calling somewhere else. So you want certain things to be high but not too high. It's kind of like a balancing act. This is attack AT. It's like total revised points for attacking ability. Upper number shows physical attacks, lower number shows magic attacks. So obviously the sword is physical, the rod is magic. Then you got evasion. So total revised points for evasion percentage, jobs and ability. Upper number shows physical and magic. So the bottom numbers are magic, top numbers are physical. Kind of easy. This is shield and evasion. Evasion with equipped shields. I don't have a shield, so obviously it's 0. And this is accessory evasion for evasion percentage with equipped accessories. Again, apparently my accessory doesn't give me any evasion, so it's 0. So I only have just my total evasion is 10 for physical only. Then we got weapon power, weapon attacking power, avoid percentages. Left number shows equipped weapons attacking power. Right number shows evasion. So shows left hand weapon. Lower number shows right hand and then left hand, which it shows right there. So move is of course the amount of where further you can move on the map. Jump is jumping ability, which is height, because height does matter in this game. You can kind of see it already. I'll just, like right here, you can see there is height here. And you see the 11 here, see 8.5, 8, 9. This matters when you have jump. So you can only go up or down depending on the jump. And obviously there's like points where you can't reach. I think the highest point here is 31, and you can't get that high. We'll go back here just real quick. I'm just going over everything. We might as well. So active turn. So it has an AT. It's a turn-based game. Active turn. So it's almost like ATB, but a little bit different. So this shows your active turn. So the denominator shows the number of units on the map. So there are 11 units on the map. And the numerator shows the active turn sequence. So he's not, right now it's my turn. So I'm number 1, obviously. Rad, who's next to me, he's 10th out of these 11. So he's going to be pretty much almost dead last. Agris is going to be right after me because she's 2, and just so on and so forth. You can also go to AT here. which goes over the entire list. I mean, you have access to all this, but as a kid, you're not like getting it. This basically tells you how the party is going to go through. I think it goes through like, yeah, almost like 40. So it shows you who's going. The red letters are obviously the bad guys. The blue ones are yours, and you don't have full control over everybody because some of them are, you know, like Gafgarion. You see where it says guest, so that's NPC computer controlled. So is Agrius. I think everyone. Yep, I don't have control over these knights or this. So the only person I have control over is me. So that's it. All the rest of these are guests, so they are going to be running automatically. Unit list, this just basically brings up this here and just goes over everybody, so you can actually go through and look at everybody if you really want to. We're not going to do that a whole lot, but we are going to do it as much as we can sometimes if we need to. And then option, of course, just goes over here and we can change a few things here. So okay, so let's go back to status. We're almost done here. So obviously this is the HP for your health points, physical strength of a unit. If your HP goes to 0, you die. Kind of obby. So, okay. And then you got your MP, which again is magic. If MP drops below 0, magic can't be used. Kind of obvious. CT is charge time, so the waiting period until your next active turn. When CT is 100, you get an active turn. So you can tell from number 2, which is Agrius, she's coming up next. He just took his turn, so he's at 19, so it's just going to be slow. And that's based on your speed, which is right here where it says speed. So right now 6 is mine. Total revised points for quickness, jobs, items, and ability. The higher the number, the shorter the charge time. And then we have, these are our abilities. So we have our primary ability, which is given by our job, which is always going to be there when we switch to a job. This is going to be when we get more jobs, we can actually start combining jobs, kind of like a sub job. And if you've ever played Final Fantasy 11, you kind of get that. But this is also from, you know, Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 5. When you start getting abilities from other jobs, you can attach like 1 or 2 extra abilities on it. These are what these are for. So there's your primary, which is guts. I think guts is for, yeah, butts. No, guts, not butts. And it's Barts, not butts. Why are we still talking about butts? Guts is the Squire ability. Or it might be his specific Squire abilities. I think Battle Art is the normal one, but I can't remember. It's been a while. So yeah, Squire job command. Not showy, but filled with the basic elements of action during battle. There's nothing here. I love that fan trans. That is the fan trend. Before Final Fantasy Anthology came out, which would have been the first time we got Final Fantasy V, there were ROM translations for emulation of Final Fantasy V, and the fan translation literally made him Butts instead of Barts. I don't know why, but it was Butts. They make fun of that in Final Fantasy XIV too. When you get the Barts, the minion, the little minion that you get to have following you around, it actually mentions Butts. It's like there's no buts about it, and it's spelled B-U-T-Z for that reason. The more you know. So this right here, where I have my arrow pointing on right now, that is your reaction ability, which is what happens when you get hit. It could do an ability based on whatever's here. So there's things like auto potion. So if you get hit, you automatically use a potion to heal yourself. A certain percentage of that. There's like counter, where you just strike back, obviously. There are other ones we'll learn as we go along. This is like it shows a rotating symbol, basically meaning like things like experience up, HP up, job points up, which is going to be one we're going to be using a lot of probably to start leveling jobs and whatnot. We'll see those. And these are movement abilities, like move additional movements or move find item, which is one of the things I was talking about earlier. And then of course you go here, these will tell you all the information and who can equip it. So obviously Squire, Chemist, Knight, Archer, Monk, Priest, Wizard. Priests are white mages, and wizards are black mages. TM, which is Time Mage. Summoner. TH is... what is TH? Hold on. Don't tell me. Thief. So that's Thief. EME is Mediator. Oracle. Geomancer. Lancer. That's Samurai. Ninja. Calculator, Bard, and Dancer. Oh my god, I can't believe I figured that all out. So those are all. So anyone can wear these shoes. Oh. I haven't played this game in forever, and I managed to remember. And of course, in the War of the Lions and the remasters, these are named a little bit different. Like, priests are just white mages, wizards are just black mages, like they are usually. I think oracles are called mystics, lancers are called dragoons. So there's certain name changes. I think calculators are now astrologians, I believe. I don't know. It's been a while. So, but yeah. Okay. And then you got chainmail, chain link armor. Only knights, lancers, and samurai can wear it. HP plus 40. Mithril helmet, light and sturdy. HP plus 50. Knight, lancers, and samurai. I think calculators will be astrologians. Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I was thinking. Mithril. Everyone loves mithril. Mithril sword, a special type of metal, extremely light and shiny. Attack power 7, evade 8. 2 swords, 2 hands. So you can actually use the 2 swords ability to have 2 swords in your hand. So it's applicable. 2 swords is one of them. I think that's the circular ability, is that kind of ability, is being able to equip other weapons and other jobs. So you can use 2 swords and you can equip 2 swords instead of just 1. 2 hands is using a one-handed sword with 2 hands to do more damage, but obviously you can't use a shield. So there's different things you could do with that. So alright, so I think that pretty much covers everything. So let's finally start moving. So we have move, act, and wait. Wait obviously just has you just sitting, and you get basically choose the direction of where you want. And this is important because if you get hit by the sides or in the back, you have a higher percentage chance of getting hurt, and you also have a chance of getting more damage done to you. We are going to cancel that because we're obviously going to want to do something. Act is obviously, you can do auto battle and let the computer completely do it, but I'm not doing that. So I'm probably never going to touch auto battle. Act is obviously the normal attack, and the guts is the abilities for that class. So accumulate is charge up 1 power to rage physical attack power, so it's basically boost. And then you got wish. Offers 1 HP to the spirits, wishing to restore the target HP by double that amount. So it takes damage from me, and then you get that HP doubled and heal the next person next to you. So it says it right here, 1. So you can go. So basically, it's just a range of 1 around me, and it can go up to 3 in height, and it only affects 1 person. That's one feature I did not like from Tactics Workers. So all right, so we're gonna move, and I don't think. So we have a zoom out and zoom in. We also have angling, and then we have rotate. I think I like this angle better so I can see a little bit easier. And you can literally go up and select these guys. I think you can see where they're moving, right? No, it doesn't look like I can right now. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, I thought you could, but apparently you can't. So she got Agrius is a holy knight, Gafgarian is a dark knight. Those are special classes, which we'll discuss later, I suppose. But let's go ahead and just try to move. We got a couple of archers up front. These are archers. We got 3 archers. We got a chemist, which basically is the item user of the game, and we got a knight. So obviously the knight is someone we will want to try to avoid. We're going to go ahead and just move up right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to accumulate. Since we can't obviously hit anybody right now, we are going to increase, so it gives us a percentage chance, so it shows us literally what the percentage is to actually do the action, and that can fluctuate depending on what we're doing. So this is 100% obviously, and it's to us, we're doing it to ourselves, so that's basically what that means. So we're going to go ahead and execute that, accumulate, our physical attack goes up by 1, we get experience points and job points. Job points goes towards the job, obviously, to get buy more abilities to master it, pretty much like in 3 and 5. So same concept and principle. And we're just going to defend like this. Everything else is going to be done by these characters. So the Holy Knight actually has abilities specific to that. So we got Stasis Stored. That's a classic right there. Love it. All right. What is this? Oh, throw stone. Doesn't always do the same damage as it tells all the time. There's, I think, a certain percentage or whatever, depending on the distance. Oh dear. Is he going to attack me? He sure is. Ow. Beep, 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 beep. That sound is one that I still use today whenever I pretend to level up. I go, dee, 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 dee. So this is an archer's ability, is to charge. It's basically, holding their attack and making it stronger. It's kind of weird and broken in this game a little bit. And not... Ooh, nice. See, there you go. That's somebody who guarded because he attacked up front and had a percentage of losing. And he wasn't being able to do that properly. So, ooh, what is that? Oh, he has black magic. Holy cow. Yeah, see this? These were not in the PSP version, which is one of the reasons why I didn't like it as well. These were missing. It just did the spell. They couldn't do it on the PSP version for whatever reason, but I love these. So all light falls into darkness. Bound darkness. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does have a percentage of doing that. So it's... Oh, he's casting blind. Darkness. Sweet. Oh, no. Don't hit Agrius with that. Okay, so Agrius got hit accidentally, but the bad guy got it. So that's charge +1. So, oh, miss still. Charge +2, which does more damage, and it actually hit her. Okay. So... Everything does, and you can see the status above them. You can see it in a little speech bubble there. Here's Gafgarian's Master of all swords, cut energy, Night Sword. His ability basically does damage to somebody and gives them the health back. So, almost killed him again. So and they gave him 49 HP. So, holy cow. Oh god, this is so great. So I basically just spent this entire battle explaining how the basics work. So... I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So we can go and try to attack him and kill him, or we can go next to this dude and finish him off. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to finish him off right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and attack. So now it's saying I'm going to do 100% because I'm attacking him from the side and not the front, where his evasion can be in effect. So hitting him in the side is much better. Hitting behind will probably also do more damage as well. So I'm going to do 49. He only has 12 HP, so that means when I execute, he dies. And you get a big boost in XP and job points for killing as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to force anyone else who wants to attack me. I mean, I probably shouldn't have turned my back towards that guy there. So her Stasis Sword has the ability to cause stop as well. So, and that's a job level up. Very nice, Agrius. So we'll see what happens here. Throw stone. Ah! And that killed him. This is obviously a one-sided fight because it's going and going after our 80%. That was even on the side was 80% because she had some evasion or was carrying a shield most likely. And archers can't really do front attacks like that, so he's like facing me, and Rad's gonna come up behind him and smack him. Very good, Rad. Good job. Charge +1. Ow! That noise there, when you hear that ching, that's a critical. And criticals can push you back as well. There's Gafgarian. He's obviously going to do Night Sword, because why not? It's a free ability. I think those abilities do not have magic points, so he's just going to constantly use that and spam it. Why not? Alright. Oh, wow, that was pretty good for attacking him head on. You don't want to do that with knights. So she's going to obviously go back. You can attack first. You do not have to move and then attack. That's the important part here. So I am going to come to through on the side here, obviously. And it actually says, and even after you move, as soon as you say, are you sure you want to move here? As soon as you say yes, you cannot move back. So it's very important. You can change your mind, but you can't do it after you accept that. So... And then when it says AT, that means it's just, you know, it means that you're the one that's active. So I'm going to go ahead and attack right here. And it's going to do 49. And he has 78%. So just as if we hit X on a guy, we can see when he moves next turn, this is my movement. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at the very, like, he can move 5 in a straight lines on north, south, east, west, and then elevation also makes a difference on that as well. So you can see where that's going on here. So let's see his status just real quick. So you can see that he has a side. Let me go ahead and bring this up one more time, just so we can see what's going on here. So this is shield evasion. So he has 10% regular, and then he has a 22%. From his shield. So he has a mithril shield, so that's giving him a percentage of evasion. So he has a total of 32% evasion. So 32% evasion, but because I'm attacking him from the side, he's only getting 22 of that. So 10 of that is being eradicated because I'm attacking him from the side. So I think if I attack him from the back, he still gets a little bit of it, but not a whole bunch of it. So I will do 49 if I hit him, but it is almost, there's a quarter chance I might miss. So let's just see. Nope, got him. Good. So you have to take these into account when you're playing this game. I think that's also because you're on his shield side. That is also probably true as well. Life is short. Barry, steady sword. Here's one of the problems, is that sometimes they say something, it's stasis sword, but she says steady sword here. There's a few translation errors. Again, I was just like, it's okay, whatever. Life is short. Barry, steady sword. And I think this kills him. Oh, no, it doesn't, but he stopped. So now he has the stop, which means he's literally unable to continue on the ATB, and now that's going to kill him. So that will end this tutorial. Let go of me! Here comes one of the best lines in the game, which I think is taken out. Damn! And there goes Agris, trying to figure out to get Princess Ophelia. Come here, be quiet. Why should I listen to you? And then, yeah, what an annoying princess. And this is a knight that doesn't give a shit. Oh, right gut punch. And Chocobo. It's like, who is this knight in gold? Wait! And here we go. Best line in the entire game, which I think they took out. Tough. Don't blame us. Blame yourself or God. That hits hard. Oh, God. Delita? You're alive, Delita. But why are you in Galtana's troops? Why? And we go back, I think, a couple years in the past for our first chapter. So our prologue is now complete. We know Delita. We've heard the Delita name right as we started the game in the intro. So, yeah, so Delita's name appears for the first time a year before the Lion War broke out. It's a little weird, the translation on this, and the text comes pretty dang slow, so I'll just wait a little bit. So, the war they're talking about right here is the 50 Years' War. So, here's the funny part. Had no jobs. Little money. And even less loyalty to the crown. I don't know why, but that's just so funny. Is just that section, little money, is always slow, no matter what version you use. You know, it's just little money, just to emphasize that everyone had little money. Many became thieves. So at that time, robbery and murder were commonplace. So in Ivalice. So basically, after the 50 Years' War, there was just a lot of people, yeah, many heroes and wizards came out of there. And Garland was no exception either. I think it was supposed to be Garland, which is based off of, obviously, Garland. So, but here we go. This is the official chapter 1, the Meager. So basically, after the 50 Years' War, so this is the Military Academy's auditorium. So we're in the military academy, obviously. So this is a year prior, I think. So it's only been a year. I thought it was a couple years, but apparently it's only a year. So a year before the events we saw in the prologue. So a cadet. I heard another wagon bound for Igros was attacked. Must have been the Death Corps, which I believe they're called the Corpse Brigade afterwards. In all of the other subsequent releases is Corpse Brigade, but Death Corps was really good. I used to call them Death Corpse because I didn't know that the P was silent back in the day. It must have been the Death Corps. Death Corps is kind of cool, but Corpse Brigade sounds really cool too. Something's starting. Know anything, Delita? No, but I can guess. What do you mean? Prince Larg's coming to town. Prince Larg? Why? Not only Larg, but Marquis Elmdor of Limberry too. I always said Marquis, but it's Marquis, it's French. That's news. It's not an official visit, is it? I think Marquis Elmdor is this game's Sephiroth, because I believe this game, they were really big into 7 at this time, so he looks a lot. When we actually see a picture of Marquis Elmdor, you'll be like, ah, Sephiroth. There are danger zones everywhere in Ivalice. The Hokutan Knights are in full operation, but suffering from a shortage of men. So they need us cadets. Everyone fall in! Fall in where? I believe that was... So yeah, you can see there's a bunch of squires and a couple of chemists. Hokutan Knight, you have a mission. As you know, barbarians are rapidly increasing here in Galeon. I'm not sure if it's Galeone or Galeone. I'm just going to try my best here. But once we start playing the actual remaster, when it comes out, all of these lines are vocal. So we'll finally get to hear their actual pronunciations. So I'm going to just say Galeon. Galeone. Oh, goodness gracious. Galeon. Galeon. Yeah. Galon. I just said Galon, I think, back in the day. The traitorous Death Corps detest the royal family. We cannot overlook them. So this is basically kind of happening similarly to, I forgot which war it was, but after that war, just a lot of the soldiers just became mercenaries and thieves because they weren't paid by the, you know, the crown was like out of money. They couldn't be paid, and they just got disenfranchised. I can't remember which war it was, but it was European. I just can't remember what it was. Cannot overlook them. We'll begin exterminating these traitors by order of our master. Larg's knights stationed at Igros Castle and many other groups will participate. Your duty is to support the flank. Specifically, you'll go to Igros and help guard it. I'm like, what are you talking? Cadets, ready your swords. A gang of tortured thieves. I think that's spelt wrong. Is trying to sneak into this town. We'll begin preparations now to keep them out of town. Come with me. This is the front line of operations. That's all. Prepare immediately. And then we're just going to turn around. Isn't this the War of the Roses and the 100-Year War? I think this is supposed to be a combination of those two, yes. So the 100-Year War is the 50 Years War, and then you got the War of the Roses, which is the War of the Lions. So I think that's exactly the kind of thing we got here. So do you want to save? Yes, we're going to save. We do have a memory card. File 1, here we go. So all that explanation of everything took 47 minutes. Okay, save memory card. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, game. And this is probably the only thing that's kind of wrong here is that you don't see the map. They changed this in a lot of other games like Tactics Advance on the Game Boy Advance. So you can actually place your troops on the map so you can see where they go. Not so much in this one. So you do have multiple squads. In this one we only have... You can either... When it shows that triangle up, that means you can remove them, but you can't delete the leaders. And most of the time that leader is your main character unless it's a random battle. So, let's see. We got... So, right now, I kind of want to use... not Davis. I might get rid of Davis because Parker has a higher Brave, and it doesn't look like it affects his HP as well. So, I'm going to go ahead and use Parker. Then we have a Chemist. And now, here's the fun thing. I'm probably going to have... When it comes to my magic users are probably going to be female. And the main reason is because in this game, females are more capable of having higher magic and faith stats compared to the men, which is brave and strength. That's the way, that's how they programmed it. So if I want magic users, I'm probably going to make them female just because of that particularity. As you can see, he had, like most of these people, like most of the men have... Well, just the one chemist, but you can tell the difference between the two chemists here. She has 11 MP, while he has 10. So, it's just somehow, that's how it is. And see, the men have like 43 and 44, and she has 42 and 42 HP. This is just the way it is. So, let's just see here. We're going to go ahead and use Anna as a squire. And, I think I'm going to go ahead and use... Yeah, let's go ahead and use Joanna, the other one. So this is probably going to be my setup now. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, we're going to do that. I only need one chemist, I believe. I don't need two right now. So, but they do give you the option. As you can see, their brave is not as high as their faith. They both have pretty high faith. They all kind of just have really high faith, don't they? So, alright, we're just going to go ahead and put Joanna in there. So we can put them all around here, and we can check their status, and we can make some changes, I think, here, but not a whole bunch. So here we go. Let's go ahead and start this battle. So, Magic City Garland. Or Garland, I think. Obviously, based off of the very first boss.
What's this? Just a bunch of kids? What luck? Okay, we have to do is kill these kids, then we can escape. Don't you worry, we'll kill every one of you.
Well, that's really rude of you. So we also have Delita here. He's going to be our guest character, but he's going to be on the side here. So conditions of winning, defeat all enemies. Ready! This is going to probably be a little bit faster because obviously I'm not going to explain everything. So, but Delita's our guest, so he will be completely run on PC. So child unaliving, right? Yeah, exactly. So there's Nash. Hey Nash, how you doing? Check this out. Nash leveled up. Oh, good for you, Nash. He was only level 1. I think we're all level 1, I think. I think other than just Ramza might be level 2. So yeah, you can level up while in battle, so you got Tack the chemist. Alright.
Kage, watch out! Don't rush them! Don't patronize me, Delita. I'm also a Beowulf. Beowulf? The Beowulf family? So you must be cadets from the military academy. Snot-nosed little nobles. Silence, surrender or die in obscurity. What kind of bunch of kids like you do? Bunch of spoiled punks like wow. Bunch of spoiled punks like you will never beat us, but they kind of just combine the two. Yeah, eat sword. Bunch of spoiled punks like you will never beat us, but it's like a bunch like you'll never beat us. That's really weird. All right, but I like those interactions. Certain characters in battle will communicate like that, depending on what the battle is in the story. They're adding more of that in the remaster, so that's going to be fun to see. So I guess we can come alongside here, and I don't think that's going to be too bad. Yeah, let's go ahead and just take advantage of this right now. They say that they're thieves, but they're actually, none of these guys are actually thieves. They're all just squires, so. Alright, 20. Nice. Alright. Alright. I think you can probably move within your own group, so I'm going to go ahead and keep... Oop. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. I think the only thing I have right now is potion and antidote. I do have potions. I can throw these potions. Very careful when throwing stuff. If something else gets in the way of you throwing something, they'll grab it first because they're in front. So you always got to keep that in mind. But I can make a little bit of a throw to give someone HP if I need to give it to them. I do have 5 potions and 1 antidote. And they have equip change, so I can always change equipment here. But there's nothing really to change equipment right now, so we're going to go ahead and just wait. Okay, it's Joanna. Let's have Joanna go with this group here. Because I can... Oh, actually, we can act, I think. I think she has... Oh, dash. So not throw stone, but dash. So basic skill is what normal squires have, but I think Delita and Kage, or Ramza in this case, has guts replacing basic skill because they have additional abilities that they can use. So, because they're main characters. So, basic skill is basically the squire ability instead of items from the chemist. In Equip Change, they also have that too. So, if we go to status, so you can see that round ability is the Equip Change ability. So, we can do auto battle, and it'll tell us either fight for life, which attacking a target takes precedence over your own safety. Then you got protect allies, which is protect a target takes precedence over your own safety. Save fading life, which is restoration of HP and MP takes precedence over everything. And then run like a rabbit. Self-restoration is top priority. We'll try to escape to a safer area. But we're going to keep everything on manual, but that's just an idea of what we're dealing with here. So we can't really dash anybody, so we're just going to sit right here. And then we're going to go over here. We're going to go ahead and focus right there. Do you have throw stone? She does have throw stone. And can I throw a stone up here? Now here we go. Because of the height difference and how she's hidden behind and the angle of where she's hiding, it will be a 0%. So I can try to throw it, but it won't do anything. Now, not going to lie, I will do this from time to time, just attacking my own characters if I have to, as long as I keep it in line. 95%, so there's a 5% chance it'll fail. But even if you attack your own characters, like so, you still get experience points. So you may see that every once in a while. Alright, Delita's turn. Here we go. Oh, nice critical Delita. And of course that kills. Now they all have counters when they die now. Guest characters will have stars, I believe. Or, you know, certain important characters will have stars. But most of the main characters that will die will have this counter here. And once it hits their ATB normally, it will go down to the point where eventually... Oops, yeah, I should have probably turned around. Ow! Back to traumatizing people. Exactly. FF2 stuff. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Alright, we're going to go right here. Basic skill. So he has throw stone. Okay, that's good to know. Alright, we're going to go ahead and attack you from here. That's 18%. Good. Just like that. Alright. Yeah, see, that won't work because that lady will actually pick it up, which is never good. How bad are you hurt, Delita? Not that bad. But I will go ahead and give you a potion just because I do. Oh, I can. Oh, wow. Alright. Damn. Give yourself a potion. We're just trying to get some... I don't want her not to get anything. So I don't mind wasting a little bit if I have to. There we go. 10 HP, 10 experience, and 10 job points. Alright. So once that goes down, two things will happen. One, either they'll turn into a treasure chest, which means one of their equipped items will randomly drop for you. Or they'll turn into a crystal. And that crystal will give you either an ability that they have that you don't have that you can learn, or you can get full HP MP from it. So, you have to make a choice. You know what? We're going to go ahead and move her up. And we're going to try to attack this chemist up front. Because chemists are not as strong as the squires. So we'll go ahead and do that. It looks like she has a dagger, not really a sword. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Alright. I'm going to sit right here. And that's going to do 20. Which will probably cause him to retreat and probably heal himself. So we'll just keep that in mind. Ooh, actually, hold on. Do you have throwstone? You do. How far does that go? So if I move up twice, I can throw a stone at him, which will probably hit because I'm under elevation. So let's move here and throw stone. 8. Okay, it won't kill him, but it will put him in critical condition. There we go. So then we got Collins here. He's a squire coming up the long route. And I'm going to get smacked right here. 15. Ah! Ouchie. And there's Tack, the chemist. He's going to heal himself, which makes sense. So he's going to take 30, and then he's probably going to retreat because he just used his action. That's a cool name, Tack. But you're going to get your butt whooped here. Alright, Delita. Delita is like, guest characters don't get much HP just because of that, so. Alright. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and attack here. This will kill her. Nice. 100%. Bam. Very nice. Okay. I will go ahead and give a potion. There we go. Throws the potion. Perfect. And I will face this way so I can not have to worry about him. I still want this dude dead, so let's go ahead and move right next to him like so. And attack for 9. Very good. Go right here in front. We're going to attack. I don't usually attack up front, but I'm just doing it because we need to. 95% is still pretty dang good, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to move here. I think I won't be able to throw a stone at him because he's going to be pretty much protected. So I will instead... Yeah, because I'm right in front of him, so I would get hit with the stone, not this dude. And I'm going to go ahead and attack. And how much is dash? Dash only does 9. But dash also has the capability of, I think, moving the... Yeah, run into vertical effect 1, yeah. Not that bad. So here we go. We're going to just do the 12. Very good. Hey, Collins. And he's probably going to go to this side, which is the smart thing to do. Ouch. 21. There's Delita. Ah, thank you, Delita. This is Wish. So I gain 40 HP, oh, 20 HP, and it takes 10 from him. So that's a pretty nice help. Thank you there, dude. Okay, and then Squire's going to attack me from behind. 15 HP. Ike. And then, of course, Tad's going to run. Tack is going to use a potion on him again. This is why enemy chemists are a pain in the butt. Because they're going to just... Tack leveled up by just curing himself here. And then he's going to run away. He's not going to be able to get far. So... Alright, we're going to have Parker move right here. And we're going to attack this dude from behind. 15, not bad. Now, because this body is in the way, I cannot move here. So, I literally cannot do anything to this guy here. Delita, on the other hand, looks like he could probably use a potion. So, let's go ahead and give that to him. Again, I don't mind using items. I used to be very anti-item usage, but in this game, you kind of need to keep things moving. You don't want to miss out on getting some good abilities, you know? Alright, hold on. Am I going to have enough? Yes, I will have enough movement. So you can do this to your own characters. I don't think you could do... Oh, you can do it to other characters. So just that one battle, we couldn't. I don't know why. But you can literally click here and see where they're going to move when it's their turn. That's their movement right there. So you can do that with enemies or yourself to help you plan attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and move here because she can't... So I can move behind. So I'm going to go ahead and move in the front. And we're going to go ahead and attack. Still pretty dang good. I am going to go ahead and do that. Come on. Nice. Very good. But this time, because I'm right here, I will be able to hit with the throw stone. And this, if he gets hit with the full damage, because sometimes it fluctuates, if he gets hit with the full damage, or at least up to 4, it will kill him. And it missed from 95, so that 5%. Jeez. Whew. Man, oh man. You can see why the battles in this game obviously take a lot longer. But, to be honest, it's a lot more fun. Especially later in the game when you have different classes. Ouch. So now this guy's kind of stuck. I don't think he can go anywhere. So he's going to just sit here, use a potion again, and he's going to be pretty much fine. He's kind of stuck. I have him surrounded, and he can't get around the bush. So I'm going to go right here, and we're going to attack. 15. All right. Right here. And let me see, who needs a potion? She does not need a potion. She does, but I can't get close enough. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to just wait here. So I am going to go ahead and attack him. And because I have an ally here, I can move through the ally. I just cannot stop movement on it. So I can retreat, which I will do, so I can protect myself. So Nash's spirit has turned into a crystal. So it's either, again, a treasure chest or a crystal. So I can move there and learn either an ability from him or just get full HP if I have everything that he has learned. So you can make that decision. So I'm going to stay right here because I think she's not hurt. So I can move here and kill him. So I will just sit here and just attack. 20 out of possible 5%. That was a little risky, but I did it anyway. And then I'm going to move her here, and we're going to attack normally. And that will be the end of that guy. There we go. Nice. All right, Delita, what are you doing, buddy? Yeah, there you go. Get in front of him. Smack him. Dash. 12. And because he fell from a certain distance, it does hurt if you fall from a distance. And that actually killed him. The dash didn't, but the fall did. Oh no! Now, as long as I beat this, if I beat this map before her counter goes up, she will be fine and be resurrected. But if the moment any of my characters turn into a crystal or a treasure chest, they are gone forever. So you got to keep that in mind. So as long as I can beat the clock, I will win. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do right here. Is I'm going to now beat the living hell out of this guy. With my chemist, which is even more embarrassing. How much HP? 12? Okay. I think I'm gonna give the killing blow to her just so she can get the experience, because I think, oh no, I'm still actually kind of low on experience. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm just gonna attack. That's fine. Let's end that. Let's end this madness. There we go. Why do you continue committing acts like robbery? You wouldn't have died this way if you led an honest life. There we go. And that's our second victory. Congratulations, this battle is complete. And now we get the bonus money, so we always get bonus money at the end of every battle, even if it's a random battle. So 500 gil, we get war trophies, which we get 2,000 gil, a mithril knife, a phoenix down, and one of our potions is returned to us. Perfect. So you always get battle trophies, especially at the end of story battles. I think you only get gil at the end of random battles, but I can't remember. It's been a while. Okay. So I think we're going to get introduced to the world map now. Yeah. So when you move, you place the cursor on a map symbol you want to go to and press the O button. When you're in the castles, towns, etc., put the cursor on the map symbol and press the O button. The command shop will appear for buying items. If you don't understand, press the select button for a help message. When organizing units, saving data, etc., press the triangle button. The main command will appear. Tutorials in the main command, game rules, how to fight, setting up units, and game tips for beginners are listed. Alright, so this is Ivalice. So, yay. Alright, so Garland Magic City. If you hit select, you can get a little tip on the city. So the Royal Academy of Magic, which produced war heroes like the Wizard Illidibs, which is supposed to be Illibidis, which is a name that we know from other games as well. But this is Eldibs because it's mispronounced, but Illidibis is what the name is supposed to be. So here in the Garland Magic City, we can go to the bar. Now, the bar is where we find rumors, which gives us more story. So, booze! So, rumors are floating around. So, summary of incidents. So, we can learn about these things as we move on. So, let's take a look. The Death Corps. Robberies are on the rise in various areas in Gaillon is no exception. Wagon hijackings, good lord, wagon hijackings and abductions are rampant. Now, a group of former criminals and mercenaries called the Death Corps has been making the most trouble for the Hokutan. And then we got the King Omdoria. There is a great concern over King Omdolia. So is it Omdoria or is it Omdolia? See, this is what I mean. It's like some of the mistranslations are off. So I guess it's Omdolia, even though it says Omdora. Again, weird. Who collapsed at Prince Ornis's birthday celebration. The Board of Chamberlains reported his fever has subsided, but he'll take 3 weeks to recover. So this is before he died. So the king is dead at the time of the prologue. So a year prior, he's still alive, but it looks like he's ill. But he'll take 3 weeks to recover. It'll be several months before he can make any public appearances. But since most public policy is made by Queen Ruvelia, no turmoil is expected. 50-Year War. A war that caused terror for nearly 50 years between Ivalice and Ordalia, known as the 50 Years' War. The war was ignited when King Dewanu died, without naming a successor. The throne was succeeded by Dewanu's brother, Valois. But Denamunda of Ivalice declared war. This was only an excuse. The real reason was because of Zelamonia, territory of Ivalice running along the Ordalian border. It was once independent, but was annexed over a century ago after an invasion. Ivalice supported Ordalia, but the result was failure. Unrest among the nobles and in the cities of Zelamonia, along with Ordalia's rule, led them to seek intervention from Ivalice. With victories in the early battles, Ivalice's army marched on the capital Burra, but King Denamunda fell ill and was never to return to his kingdom. The confusion gave the Ordalian army an opportunity, as Valvola was successful in holding off Ivalice's army. Approximately 2-year stalemate was broken. Wow, this approximately 2-year stalemate of. See, this is where I'm probably getting all my dyslexia moments, is because I can't speak properly because these are freaking wrong. This feels like 2 or 3 different translators are working on the same project but not working together. Probably. Back in the day, translation was kind of like a Wild West territory. Was broken by the Romandan army's invasion. You would think it's Romanian, but whatever. Romanda is a military state separated from Ivalice by Larner Channel. Under King Valois' orders, a blood relative, they marched on Ivalice. But Denamunda, who succeeded King Denamunda, I've now reached the age where this probably made a lot more sense when I was younger, but now that I'm reading this out loud, I'm kind of glad they're remaking it so they can fix this. And I'm pretty sure the War of the Lions translation was a lot better, but again, I couldn't play it because of all the problems that port had. So, good lord. But Denamunda, who succeeded King Denamunda, was a brave warrior against both the Romandan and Ordalian armies. An outbreak of bubonic plague in Romanda forced them to retreat in 3 years. See, there we go, bubonic plague. The 2 squads most effective in the war were the Hokutan, led by Balbanis, and the Nantin, led by T.G. Sid, which stands for Thunder God Sid. We'll find that out later. They scored many victories as they marched on Ordalia, but the long war was disastrous for both administrations. Farmers' revolts and riots broke out in many areas as both kingdoms focused their war efforts within their borders. This made another stalemate broken only by the death of King Denamunda, widely believed to be assassinated. His successor, Amdolia, was not fit to lead the kingdom and left all matters of state to the elder statesman and the queen. Therefore, there was no power to drive the troops of Prince Leonard, Valois' successor, out. After allowing the invasion of Zeltenia, battles both the Hokutan and the Nantin fought in, Ivalice hoped for peace. Realizing the war was useless, both kingdoms agreed on peace, focusing their efforts within their respective borders. Although the agreement was bilateral, Ivalice surrendered. Soon after, Ivalice's economy was on Wason, the brink of bankruptcy. Oh my god, how did I not see this when I was younger? Because of the severe war reparations. Payments could not be made to the returning soldiers, and large groups of knights were discharged. As a result, high unemployment, uncertainty, and distrust filled Ivalice, which is where we got the Death Corps. Did they run out of spaces? Exactly. I think they had certain spaces allocated for each rumor, and they're like, alright, you're done. You can't space anymore. Oh my god. Okay, so we got a big lore dump right there about the 50 Years' War and so on and so forth. The soldier office is basically where you can go to get different names for different people. We can change, you can only change names of monsters in your party. We don't have any monsters. I think we can actually choose and name them if we hire them. So we can name people and hire them, which later on I'll probably do that. And I'll probably do that early on in the game, just so, like, once you hit chapter 2 or 3, chapter 1 and 2, you can hire people and level them up. Not a problem. When you get to chapter 3 and 4, leveling someone from level 1 is a pain in the ass. So we'll probably hire some people. If people want to be part of the game, I can do that. So I can add an Asher. I can add a quilted to a publishing if I wanted to, like Quilted Till. Why not? I can always do that. So I can put some people in here. That'll be fun. I can add a blunder. I can add a bungle. So we can always change them, and this is where we get to. It does take, and the female fighters are $100 cheaper. Go figure, or 100 gil, I should say. So all right, we don't need to hire anybody right now, though. Before we do anything, let's go ahead and so we got Brave Story, which is going to be important because this is Alazalam. And so basically it says we've been injured once and we've had 0 casualties. So when you're injured, that's when you fall and you have the counter. So I've had 1 injury. I've been playing the game for about an hour and 15 minutes. Which is just about right. So that's incredible, actually. Okay. So this is where we can actually look at records, which here would be cadets. So we can actually re-see a scene by hitting triangle here. So this was the scene that we had when we were talking about Larg coming in. So several students nearing graduation of the Garland Academy were assembled. A plan was being formed centered on the Hakutin to extinguish the Death Corps who were terrorizing the Galone region. The plan was to have the students handle all future problems. Very, very nice. So then we got persons. So we only got a few people here. And these were the people that were mentioned. So we have Kage, which is obviously us, Kage Beov. We're 16 at this particular moment. So Knight Apprentice of the Garland Academy, originally from Igrus. Bell family is a well-respected family, producing many leaders for the Hokutin Knights. The youngest of 4 siblings turned out worse of the siblings and is conscious about it. Well, that's rude. And we have Delita. That's our friend. Delita Hyral. Knight Apprentice, also 16. Knight Apprentice of the Garland Academy, friend of you. Of me? That's my friend. Came to the Bull family with sister Tita. Oh, I think it's Titra afterwards, but yeah, Tita. After their parents were taken by the Black Plague. He was able to join the academy through the wishes of the late Balbanus, your father. Oh, nice. So Balbanus, who is one of the generals that was mentioned in the rumor about the 50 Years' War, he's my father. Then we got Zalbag. Zalbag Balv, he is age 28. As a leader of the Hokutin Knights, he is considered to be a holy knight, which we've seen. That was Agrius. Your older brother, with many victories of the 50 Years' War, he was praised by King Damuna as a savior of Ivalice and Galon. Under the name of Bulb, there is victory. An undefeated warrior, but he is also a devout believer in the teachings of Galapagos. So that is the church, Galapagos Church. Good thing to know. That's going to be important. And we have Daisadarg, which is our older brother. Your oldest brother, he's 37. One of the troop leaders under Prince Larg, your oldest brother, following his late father, Balbana's wishes, gave up his position as the leader of the Hokutin Knights to his younger brother, became the troop leader for Prince Larg, and is the most trusted. He is known to have magical skills as a magic fencer. Then we got Larg. That's he's the leader of the White Lion. Lord of Galone, brother of Queen Revulia of the Amadalia Kingdom. The Larg family is a part of the Akachka Kingdom, who gained power from the 50-Year War. He was one of the leaders during the 50-Year War. The most feared Hokutin Knights are under the orders of Prince Larg. He's 37 at this time. Then we got Goltana, who is 56, Lord of Zeltinia. As with the Larg family, the Goltana family is part of the Desamunda Kingdom since the 50-Year War, also known as the Duke of the Black Lions, from his family crest, taken from the double-headed crest of the kingdom. One of the leaders during the 50-Year War, he is under the Nantan Knights, rival of the Hokutin Knights. So the Hokutin Knights are under the White Lion, and then the Black Lion has the Nantan Knights. Then we got Orinus, who is 1 year old right now. Third son between King Amadolia and Queen Revelia. With 2 sons dying at birth, Ornius is in line to succeed the crown. With a strong sense of uncertainty for the health of the king, it is clearly understood that he will be the next ruler of the people. He is only 1 year old. Then we got Revelia, Akatashka. She's 27, Queen of Amadalia Kingdom, younger sister of Prince Larg. Married King Amadalia when she was the age of 20. Bore 3 sons, but 2 died soon after birth. Third son, Prince Orneus, is the only son left to succeed the throne. Due to the health of the king, Revelia is in charge of ruling the kingdom. Then we got Amdoria. And this is oh god. See, they're switching between Amdoria and then Amdalia, which is throwing me off. 18th king of the Achka kingdom. Obtained the throne at the end of the 50 Years' War from King Dinamunda, who died of ill health. Weak since birth, he did not command his troops. I know, arg, exactly. He did not command his troops during the war and is someone unsuited to become king. Historians believe that his inability to lead is the reason for their defeat in the 50-Year War. Then you got Elmdor, which is our Sephiroth. Mesdoram Elmdor, later age 35, leader of Limberry, a soldier who fought bravely against the invading forces in a foreign land during the latter half of the 50-Year War. With his silver armor and his long and beautiful blonde hair, his allies call him the Silver Noble, yet he is feared by the enemies, or just feared by enemies, calling him the Silver Ogre. Also known as a devout follower of the teachings of Galapagos, he has the qualifications to become a pagan examiner. Okay. Then we got Tita. Tita Hyrel, she's only 15. Delita's sister, daughter of a farmer of a fief in... it's fiefdom, but it's fief, whatever. In the Bulv Kingdom. Losing her parents to the Black Plague, she was taken in by the Bulv family with her brother. She is secretly worried about her brother, who is forced by the Bulv family to attend the academy. She is close with Alma, your sister. So that's the... So we got Balbanus, which is our father. And you can tell he doesn't have an age marker because he died right at the very end of the war. So he's already dead. So Balbane's Bulv, former leader of the Hokutan Knights, and achieved the rank of Heavenly Knight. While other knights were being defeated, he produced many victories even when he was outnumbered. A treaty was reached because of the fear he struck into the hearts of the enemies. Died due to an illness in the latter parts of the war, so our father's already dead. So then there's Aslam. Aslam JD, which actually the interesting of what the D is. See here, so instead of Duray, which is what it was in the intro, this one's actually saying Durai, which is why I almost say Durai. Ugh. A historian of the late ages. So this guy is obviously telling us this story. So this guy is like way in the future. So he is not participating in the story of Ivalice. He's just here telling us this story. A historian of the late ages specializing in the studies of the Middle Ages of the kingdom. Also known as an archaeologist and a theologist, his search for the explanation of the Dorai writings led him to a great confrontation with the Muron sect of the Galapagos Church. His works include The Mysteries of the Lion War, The Real Image of the Holy Arjora, and Dorai writings, The Truth of the 400th Year. So, there we go. So, we have Alma here. I guess Alma just popped up because we just mentioned her, I think, with Tita. Reading that unlocked Alma, which is weird, but that's how it happened. So Alma is the youngest of, so I'm the third child, Zalbag is the second, Dysadarg is the first, and Alma's the youngest of the 4 Bulv family. So attends the aristocratic school of Igros. Your younger sister came from a different mother than the second brother. So I guess Ramza, who's Kage, and Alma are from a different mother than Zalbag and Dysadarg. With her cheerful personality, she is well liked by everyone. Spending most of her life in the convent, she has recently returned to the Bulv family. Alma is closer to you as you are closer in age than her brothers. So I'm obviously closer to Alma versus Zalbag and Dysadarg. So, alright. We did spend a little bit of time on that, and we probably will later, because we might as well go ahead and get all the information on the story. So when something big and important happens, we always want to check the Brave story to see if there's more information. So let's take a look at our formation. So this is where we get to change everything. So we can go items here where we can equip best here. Right now the mithril knife is technically a little bit... Huh. And the same attack power. That's actually kind of interesting. The mithril knife and the broadsword. Alright. This is where we can actually go and equip things. I will go ahead and make Garnet my... We'll give her the mithril knife. Cool, cool.
Okay. And this is also where we could change the abilities here. Right now I can go ahead and, ooh, charge. Okay, so right now let's go to ability and learn. So this is where we keep track of our job stuff. So he is a level 2 squire. Squire and chemist are available right off the bat. These are the two main classes that everything bases on. So if you want to go martial status, start with squire and it unlocks knight and all the martial jobs. Chemist is your starter for all the mages, magic users. So that's how you can determine the two. So then we got knight here. So fine warriors, and then useful and preemptive attacks. High locations extend narrow range. Chemist is, does all the item throws. Yeah. So we do have some JP, and you can see total JP when you get next level. 8 is max, and then when you learn everything, that 8 turns into master. So that's how you master classes. So counter tackles 1, and then you got these circles. We definitely want to get monster skill is target a friendly monster within the range of 3 to acquire new abilities. So that's kind of cool. And then you got defend. So to get defend, which obviously allows you to defend yourself, it gives you it's an actual action. And then you got gain JP up, so we definitely want to get that. And then we also got move +1, which we probably want to get to soon. And then we have all of these abilities. So usually, like, yell, wish, and accumulate are not part of the normal squire stuff. So that's always important to know. We definitely want to get yell because that does raise speed, and that's going to help in random battles. We can just start yelling at yourself, and you can go faster, and you can just gain, like, ridiculous amount of freaking job points just by yelling at yourself, and you just go fast. So chemist. Oh, so you can see, yeah, so to be able to use these items, you actually have to learn the ability to do that. When you see that MP or speed, it has that swiggle line, that means it's an instant cast. So we just need to learn the abilities. So equip change is free, so we're going to learn that. Move find items is important because it means you find any hidden items at your destination, and that's based on, I think, faith. The higher the faith that you have, I think, the better the chance of it being a good item versus a regular item. So it's just weird. Then you got maintenance, which equipped items are immune to break techniques, and knights use break techniques. So, and then you got throw items. So be able to throw items and expand range even if you're not a chemist. So this is what you would equip if you want someone to still throw items like a chemist. You need to equip throw item to be able to throw it like a chemist and give it to somebody. So, and then there's auto potion. Use lowest available potion when attacked. Trigger is HP damage. So that you're getting a basic idea of how this works if you haven't played Tactics before. So let's for chemist, let's go ahead and get potion. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get move find item and then potion. For knight, we have 100 JP, and that gives us diddly squat. For archer, have 105. We get charge +1. That's cool. Let's get that. And so if we don't have anything in the knight section, we can go ahead and we can actually set charge here. And we can use charge +1, which will give us a little bit of a boost of attack. Gain JP up and move find item. There we go. That's our main character right there. And then we got Davis. Then we got Parker. So Parker was the one that joined us in that battle. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this easier on myself here. Right? I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to remove the order. Davis. So we're finished, huh? You dump people just like that? Yes! Bye! I can only have 16 people in my group, in my party, which includes monsters. And later on, we're going to get a lot of extra people, so. And I'm also going to do the same to this dude right here. Because right now, yeah, I mean, you can switch to Squire. Knight here, you have to be a level 2 Squire. And Archer, you have to be a level 2 Squire. Since he's not a level 2 Chemist, he doesn't even open up any of the others. So I think Garnet probably has White Mage showing up. Nope, not yet. She needs to be a level 2 Chemist first. Okay, that's not a problem. But I am going to go ahead and... You know, I could probably get rid of Parker, to be honest. And if I got rid of Parker, then I can use just these 5 and then have him become one certain type of mage and her another type of mage. So, and then these 2 can be my other martial fighters. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, actually. So I know I used Parker earlier. And see, he can already become a knight and an archer because he's a level 2. But, you know what? When it comes to really needing things right now, I already know the type of characters I'm going to be working on. So we are going to go ahead and remove Parker. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, I'll just dump people like that. Just like that, man. Boom! Bye, Felicia. That way I can use literally these 5 all the time. When there's some battles will only allow me 4, which I will use all the women plus my guy if I really want to, unless I don't really, you know. But 5, I'll have my basic group right here. And then as I get more people, I can change and make alterations as time goes on. But we'll keep Pato. We'll keep Pato in our group. It's going to hurt me a little bit just because he doesn't do as much damage. Kind of like over there. But you know what? That's fine. I don't care. We'll go ahead and make sure everyone has best equipment on right now. Yes. Perfect. Cool. So the only one with the dagger is going to be Tad. So, alright. Before we do anything else, let's go ahead and really quick just click here and go to the shop. We have some war funds. Let's go ahead and use some. So I usually go into the fitting room and click here, and that way I can do best fit of whatever they have available in the store. Right now he has everything, so we don't need to worry about him. And same with him, same with her, same with her, same with her. Alright, so honestly we don't have anything here. Let's see, we can buy rods and oak staffs if we want to do that now. So we do have 3 Phoenix Downs, that's good to know. We may need a couple of antidotes going forward, because I think... So 9's going to be 450 gil. Yes. Antidotes, we're going to get poisoned a lot in the first few maps, so I think that's going to be important. And we're going to definitely need some potions, and that's going to be 600 gil. That's fine. We'll have 3 Phoenix Downs. See if I can use those. I will buy a rod, and I'll buy an oak staff, because we will need that later. We won't need another broadsword for now, so we're okay. I am going to sell the extra stuff that we have, so all these extra daggers, I'm just going to sell them right now. I can keep them for later classes to throw them like ninja, but ninja's going to is like one of the high tier job classes I probably won't get until like chapter 2 or 3, so I'm just going to sell the extra equipment I have so I can free up some stuff. So I do have other items, like I do have a remedy, I do have a holy water, I do have a soft, a maiden's kiss, an echo grass. I just can't use these until I start. So I do have an ether, I have a high ether, I have all of these. At least one of almost every item to start with. I just can't use it until I get the ability to use them. So remedy does petrify, darkness, confusion, silence, oil. Oil is a status effect, which obviously makes you vulnerable to fire. Then you got frog, poison, and sleep. Holy water takes care of undead and bloodsuck, because bloodsuck is like sap. So drain, sap, and then undead is an actual. I think there's curse or something, not curse, but there's actually an undead. Something turns you to zombie status in one of the old Final Fantasies I remember. So, but it's called undead here. Soft is of course cancels petrify. Maidens is cancels frogs. Echo grass is silence. Eye drops is darkness. Antidote poison. Then you got elixir, which gives you all HP and MP. Zombie is from 6 actually. Okay, thank you. I think old is from 5, and that's different. High ether is gives you 50 MP, and a regular ether gives you 20. Old is 5. Thank you. Yes, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Alright, so not much here. You can also hit triangle for equipment check, and you can see if someone's equipping it or can equip it or can't equip it. So that's very important. So if we hit this, none of these guys can equip those yet. And these guys, everyone who can equip it has it already. So we're already good to go. So it looks like we're good. We used about 920 gil, and we still have quite a bit. So that's always good to have. So when you hit red, these are places we haven't been. So they will most likely start a battle or an event when we click on it. Right now it's January 1st, so let's go ahead and finish our formation real quick. This is probably going to take up most of our time of going through this. I'm going to try to make them as quick as I possibly can. Okay, he knows eye drop and she knows antidote, so that's going to be very important for me to remember for later. Okay, so he doesn't have much because we didn't take him in our last battle, but he at least has dash. And so if we want to give him, we can give him basic skill. So at least he has that. Alright. And then basic skill. She probably has, yes. Okay, so she can do archer. We'll give her charge. Nobody has enough. When you get a new level in something, sometimes you get bleed over to your job points, depending on what class you have. Sometimes you get bleed over experience. It depends. I'm not really sure what causes that. I'll have to look it up. Chemist. No. So Squire, here we go. So we can learn defend. I think I'm going to hold off for gain JP up. So we'll hold off on using hers right now until we get... I want all my Squires to have gain JP up for the beginning so we can boost up that beginning amount. So we got Anna and Joanna. That's good to know. Anna and Joanna. Alright, so Squire. Let's heal. Okay, so heal will allow us to cancel... so it's Rangers 1 in front of us and vertical 2. So we can at least go a little bit a space higher up. And that cancels darkness, silence, and poison. You know what? I think that's going to be more important. Let's learn that for her. And then as a chemist, she didn't get enough JP, so that's fine. So, but we will go ahead and put basic skill so she can use heal. That's really cool. Alright, so now we got... So he doesn't have Yell, but he has Accumulate and Wish. So his Squire is just as special as Ramza, but is not as robust. So, again, guest characters are difficult because guest characters only go through the story battles. So, Delita is only going to level when we are in story battles, and that's it. So, he's not going to be a main character, but we'll still keep up with him as much as we can. He's not going to have anything for night immediately. Nothing here. And nothing on Squire for right now. So, we're going to give him charge. Again, just to give him something. We are going to give him defend. There's no reason to have equip change on him. Alright. Alright. I think for now, let's go ahead and hit learn for Anna. We can learn defend. We're going to wait on charge. Yeah, we're going to get charge. I mean, we're going to get learn JP up. Again, nothing we can learn right now from that. We learned archer, so we're going to set for her for charge as well. And then Joanna. Joanna did not level up, so we're going to go ahead and keep her here with gain JP up as well. We'll give her item, because I think she knows potion, right? She does know potion and antidote, so she can heal herself and whoever's right next to her. So we'll go ahead and, in the cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, we can't do diagonals. So we'll just have to remember that. Okay. That's okay right now, and then let's just check change jobs. No, we're not. I think we've already took care of her. We did. Alright. So that pretty much takes care of everybody there. Alright. Go ahead and save again. I know we just spent a lot of time doing all that, but it's important that we cover all that so we don't have to cover it later. Alright, now it's time for us to move. This will immediately start a battle for story. But first, we have an event.
which we'll probably save again after this because there's more information here and we don't want to go through it all over again if we get killed in Mandala Plains, which is possible. Some of these battles can be a little crazy. Having attained the highest rank of Heavenly Knight, we're talking about Balbanes now because we just found that out earlier. Brave Balbanus, I think it's Balbanes, or Balbanus, was facing his last days. The end of the 50-year war, the Beowulf Resonance. So this is a flashback, obviously, because we already know that Balbanus has died. How goes the battle? Through swift action, we were able to recover Limbury. It's only a matter of time before Odalia's army leaves Zeltinia. Don't worry. The secret messenger sent to Count Lenario has returned. Count Lenario has agreed to your plan. Good, then. At last, this long war will finally come to an end. Father, don't cry, my daughter. And she's gonna cry. Where is Kage? Just when we need him most. Daisadog, Zalbag, my beloved sons, take care of Kage. He may be your half-brother, but he is of my own flesh. Father! Lower your voice. Glad you came. Let me look at you. Father, it's been a long time. You've become a fine man. You start at the academy in spring, don't you? Yeah, this is... Yeah, Kage is just, listen, Kage. Above has served the royal family for generations. The warrior spirit is in us. Never shame your name. Never tolerate injustice. Living true to your heart is the warrior's way. The Beowulf way. I understand, Father. The leader's a good boy. He should serve you well. I have asked the Dean to accept him into the academy. It shocked the Dean a bit. He will serve you well. Treat him well. Yes, Father. Take good care of Alma. Become a fine knight, Kage. So his final words were to Kage and not really the other brothers. He said his piece to his other brothers, for sure, but his final words were to Kage. Ramza. Okay, so we're going to save again because I don't want to go through that again in case I do die in the plains. Oh my. We may... we've gone through a lot of this stuff initially, so we should be okay. I don't think there's anything else in the Brave story that we've got new here. Oh, Ajora. Okay, so Ajora is new. Everything else is pretty much the same. So let's read about Ajora real quick. Ajora Galabados, born around 12 centuries ago in Berivnia of Lazalia, raised in Meliodos, spoke of the arrival of a kingdom of a higher source as feelings of antipathy grew from Father Farah. Executed as a traitor by the Holy Empire of Eudora, soon after the capital of the Church of Farah became submerged under the sea by an extraordinary natural phenomenon. Believe it or not, Faram, which is a, if you've played Final Fantasy XII, Faram is basically like this Ivalice's version of Amen. So Faram and Farah. So it's where it comes from. External natural phenomena. Those disciples of Ajora believed that this was his miracle and that the story spread and the Galabados church became what it is today. So Ajora is basically this Ivalice's version of Jesus. And Galabados is basically Christianity. So, or Catholicism. One of the two. So Ajora is very important. We'll find out later. And then we got Death of Father Balbanus. So you were dreaming. So basically we had a dream of our final moments with our father. So Balbanus Volv, renowned hero of the 50-year war, has been bedridden for 2 years due to illness. The sight of your father ill in bed was unbearable for him, with an army of 150,000. All 4 children gathered for their father's last moments. So that's very important. Alright, so we're going to go. You must find the truth on your own. We'll have to find out truth for our own. I don't know why I'm saving again. We didn't really need to do that. But that's okay. Saving is very important. I've learned that already. Alright, so here we go. So that there means it's a story battle. And if it comes back at us, it usually means it's a random battle. So Good to know. So we can only use 4 people this round. So guess who it's going to be? It's going to be Anna, Joanna, and Garnet. Sorry, dude. We can't get rid of... We cannot get rid of our main character in story battles. Very important to remember. So Mandalia Plains. Oh, this... I already know most of the story. Obviously, I remember it particularly. Still breathing? What do we do? Alright, there we go. What do we do? Don't be stupid. We just need to get the marquee. Right. Hey, don't blame us. Blame fate. One of those guys is a thief. What? Damn, the Hokutan Knights! Deathcore, they're attacking someone. Our duty is to destroy the Deathcore, or saving him is our priority. Saving him is our priority does make this a little bit harder, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't disgrace the Knights. Saving him comes first. I think if we choose the Deathcore, I think Delita says something like, I'll take care of it, like, because, you know, save Algus. So, if I say, like, you know, we have to take care of the Deathcore before saving Algus, Delita says something in regards of, hey, what are you doing? Like, obviously this guy needs our help. Reinforcements, thank God. Do we really need to save Algus? Right. Like, I really, really, really don't want to. Okay. So, there we go. Not really. Reinforcements, thank God. Oh, thank God. I'm going to make him have an anally voice. Algus, job level up. I'm not... Dog. His name is Dog. Dog the Thief. Now, that's an actual thief. So, he's an actual thief. He's going to run away. Then you got Samuel the Knight. Samuel just leveled up from that attack, which is not cool. They are all running away. And it looks like one of them has a cat. That's nice. Or a cougar. I forgot what it's called. Daniel. Oh, Daniel. Oh, God. Ow. Alright. That's what defend looks like, so. That's interesting. She has Phoenix down. Alright. I guess we're going to have to wait. Yeah, let's move as far ahead as we can. Go ahead. Oh, we have... Oh, we don't have accumulate right now. I would throw a... I'm going to throw a stone at Delita. There. Only did 3 damage because he was defending, so... At least I got something out of it. Sorry, Delita. Basic skill, heal. So, cool. So, basic skill, heal. So, I can heal someone myself or someone next to me. So, that's always good to know. So if I attack, he'll do 16 damage on him. Again, sorry, Delita. I need the experience points. So, a Red Panther. Okay, so, Pete's. Alright, Algus, I need you to head towards me, please. No! This is the problem sometimes with these guest characters. If you have to save them, they do something stupid like that. Job leveled up. Unfortunately, I can't get to him right now. So I gotta wait again. Ah, darn! I could have wished him. That was my bad. Come on, Delita, get over there. All right. I think I might have lost. No, no. Cool, cool. Ah, that hurt. Nice miss. Woo. That would have ended the battle really quick. But this might end the battle really quick right here. I just realized. Oh, God. Yep, dash. Especially if it does all 12. Nope, it only did 4 damage. Good. Whew. Do I have item on her? I think I do. I do not. But we thankfully have her here. Let's give him a potion. Oh my god, we're just out of range. Oh my goodness, what have I done? This is what happens when I don't play this game for such a long time. Please don't be close to Algus. Okay, not. Alright, good. Going right after my... You bastard. Ow! Alright. Ouch. We do need to save Algus. I think she has the item. She does. So guess what? We're going to have to go right here. And we're going to have to give him an item. We're going to give him a potion. Because otherwise he's going to freaking die. Can't believe it. Yeah, job level up. Sweet. So dog is at 17. If we attack him from here, he will... Okay, so he has a 25% chance of dodging. But you know what? Let's try to kill him. Got him. That thief becomes a problem later. So now we can move. So we're going to move. And I'm going to move this way. And go there. So Algus, get out of the way. Alright, there you go. Thank you, Algus. Good lord. Ah. I can throw a stone, which I'm going to do. Throw stone. 6. Nice. I'm going to wait. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and move here. And I am. What's basics heal? Heal. Nope. We're just going to go ahead and just keep using items because that's going to give us JP. And these things are only 50 gil. And it's not that much expensive. Don't have a problem with using it. Yeah, take out that Red Panther, Delita. He has charge, remember? Ah! Charge 1. Ooh, nice hit, Delita. Ow. That was a job level up. Nice. There we go. Bam. Kage leveled up. I'm going to go this way. Alright, so this will take 1 turn, which will be immediately, so I will go ahead and charge. So instead of, I think it's what? Instead of 12, I'll do 4 more damage, so might as well do that. Do the 4 more damage, same percentage, I think it's going to probably work, so we're going to be good. Alright, charge +1. Oh my god! 5% and it actually missed. Oh, that sucked. And that was a critical. Algus leveled up. Very smart, Algus. Thank you. Ow! I think I might actually lose myself. There we go. Potion. There we go. Yay, level up!
You're gonna attack my... You bastard. Do I have item? I do. But I'm gonna attack. Bam. Joanna leveled up. $20. Got him. Excellent. You have throw stones, so let's move you right here. And throw, so you can see how quickly a battle can really change. Ooh, knocked him back and did only 3, but that still gives me 3. So what are you going to do now, Algus? Throwing a stone. Nice. Alright, we are going to go ahead and act item potion on myself. There we go. And it's Lita's turn, so I'll go next to him. So as you can see, the battle can, depending on what the conditions of the battle is, you can lose really quick. So Delita finally leveled up. Sweet. Whew. Are you okay? Barely, but the Marquis. Marquis? You mean Marquis Elmdor? Yeah, who are you? We're military cadets. I think we can help. Tell us more. Ugh, Algus. Alright. 700 gil for bonus. And then we get potion. So we got 2 potions. Which is good, because that recovers all but one of the potions we use. So do not be afraid to use items. Here we go. I'm Algus of the Limberry Aegis Knights. A knight? I mean, a cadet like all of you. I'm Kage Bolv, and this is Delita, a good friend. Huh? Beowulf of the Hokuden? Excellent, how lucky I am. Huh? I beg you, please help me save the Marquis. What are you talking about? The Marquis is still alive. They kidnapped him. He will be killed if we don't act fast. I don't know what I'd do if... So please, help me, please. At this point, I thought that he was, like, grabbing his foot, but you can see on the sprite, he just takes a step back. He's basically just on his knees praying for him. But I always thought he was grabbing his foot, and he's just like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Relax, we don't know for sure he'll be killed. There must be some reason for Deathcore to take him. They might even make some demands. Besides, there's nothing we can do. The Marquis was kidnapped, and I'm sure now everyone in Igrus Castle is up in arms. First, we should go to Igrus and report. Alright, let's do that. There's a reason why I'm making him sound like a jack-off. Because he is a jack-off. Alright. Let's take a look here. Now we have Algus in our party. I don't think there's been any other changes. Nope. Other than we're adding out Elmdor. I think it says that Elmdor is probably captured right now. Nope. Does not. Alright, so Algus is now added. So Algus Sadalaphus. Saladafos. He's 16. From Rufons of Limberry, knight apprentice of the local knights under Elmdor, the leader of Limberry. The Sadafus aristocracy lost power with the 50 Years' War, as Algus is trying to regain his family's status by becoming a knight. But he is looked upon as a selfish person, as he tends to go on his own. Wonderful. He's a bit of a douche. So first meeting with Algus, a swordsman attacked by the Death Corps on the Mandalia Plains was saved. His name was Algus, a local knight of the Marquis Elmdor, leader of Limberry. He was attacked while heading for Igrus, I don't know. Now, the Marquis was abducted. Algus was the only survivor. Algus asked the Hokuten to save the Marquis. Okay then. Egros Castle. That's where the Beowulfs are. The Bull family. Okay, let's see what happens when we get there. I hear you beat the first troops. I'm proud to be your brother. The senior statesman spoke highly of you. You truly descended from Boves. Thank you. Aren't you happy? Oh, yes I am. Thank you for the kind words. You might have heard about the enemy attacking Elmdor's carriage and kidnapping him. What would you have us do? I already have had Zalbog send out a search party. They'll probably demand ransom, and if he's still alive... Highness, please let me have 100 soldiers. I beg you, let me avenge my comrade's murder. I said it's taken care of. Didn't you hear me? Galone isn't any place for you. Let us handle it. But... Think of your rank, Algus. Have you forgotten you're just a soldier without rank of knighthood? Ugh. What an idiot. I want you to guard Egros Castle. It shouldn't be so difficult. Danger probably won't get this far. Alright, I guess. My family was once respected like the Bulls. My grandfather was captured during the 50-Year War. He sold his friends out to the enemy to save himself. But as he left the castle, he got stabbed in the back by a cadet just like myself. One of my grandfather's friends managed to escape and spread the story around. Of course, my father didn't believe it, but everyone else did. They deserted him. Rank. Dysadar would never meet with someone like me. Delita! Tita! Alma, Zalbag! There's Alma, and there's Tita and Zalbag. Alright. Just hopping over, you know, water like easy. Brother Kage, you came back. Long time no see, brother. I heard how you beat the thieves in Garland. That's worthy of a bull. I'm sure father would have been pleased with you. Thank you. Haven't changed a bit. You don't like that much, eh? Delita, you look good. I heard about your role also. Just look how happy Tita is. Delita, I'm glad you're doing well. And you also. How is your schooling? Fine, everyone is so nice to me. I'd like to talk to you more with you, but I must hunt down some thieves. Pardon me. I pray for your victory. He's like, eh. The Death Corps have demanded a ransom. What? I can't understand it. The Death Corps claim to be anarchists, but they only rob and hurt the nobility. It's hard to believe they would kidnap the Marquis just for money. Absurd! Why, they're nothing more than knaves, I say. Zalbag's thinking about that. The spy we sent still hasn't returned. He's probably in trouble, but the nobles say there are no need to search for his whereabouts. Where was he when you last heard from him? A trade city called Dorder, east of Galone. Guarding a castle is boring work, don't you think? Zalbag's way of saying, go check it out, please. So much that Delita is like, I got that. And August got it too, but it's just like, I know Dyson, I know our brother told you to stay here, but why don't you go check it out, Tita, I'm sorry, we must go. Don't worry about me, just take care of yourself. Aw. Don't worry, I'll come back safely, so be a good girl. Well then, let's go, Algus. What Tita said is not true, actually. Something wrong with Tita? She has been picked out on she's been picked out on at school because of her rank. Sorry, I shouldn't have worried you like that. Tita will be okay. I'll be there for her. Trust me. I'm not worried, but don't you overdo it. You're the one going too far to meet their expectations. Just be yourself and don't be restricted by your name. You sound like our mother. Cold wind is blowing. Kind of getting... Oh dear. The beginning of the end. So now we have 2 more locations opening up here. Which is Swiggy Woods and Dorter Trade City. So we just passed the Mandalia Plains. White limestone plains looking like tusks, also known as Beasts Plains. We find a lot of beasts there. And then there's Egros goes to the base of Prince Larg, ruler of Galon, largest fort city next to Lazalia. So let's go here. Let's go to the bar. Let's see if there's any rumors real quick. Same rumors. Alright. So we got nothing new. Let's go to the shop. Because this is where we got some more of some good stuff. Oh, including some bow guns, which is for archers. So we got new equipment here that's going to be really good. So before we do that, let's just go ahead and take a look at all of our formation. We're going to do our formation real quick, and then we're going to go and get equipment, and then we'll call it a video for YouTube today. So, alright, let's go in here. We don't need to change. Ooh, we got some more stuff here. So we got Wizard and Priest. Priest controls holy magic by borrowing soul power, often uses recuperative and support magic, white magic. So that's level 2 chemist, and that's the same for the wizard. Wizard controls the power of the elements which make up this world, often uses attack magic, black magic. Level 2 chemist. And I think it's level 2 squire for archer and knight as well. So ability. I do want to learn that. Okay, so we're gonna knight, we got nothing yet, but archer, nothing yet. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, didn't get anything. Oh, you didn't get anything. What's wrong with you? Alright. Probably from her using items, and so it gave her that extra boost in chemist. Almost there for the 200. Alright, priest. Ooh. So protect, shell. We actually get... I don't think we need to actually buy spells. As soon as we learn the spell here, that's all we need to do. So we're obviously going to learn cure and protect. Those are 2 big ones right there. Regenerator. Receive regen when attack. So adds regen when you get hit with HP. So that's pretty good. Magic defend up. Magic attack damage is lessened. So that's kind of good to know. Holy... So this is back in the day when it was always Cure 2, Cure 3, Cure 4 instead of like Cura, Curaga, and Curaja. Or Raise, Ga. Protect Ga. Shell Ga. So on and so forth. Holy is going to be a really big, powerful attack, so that's good to know. Okay. Wizard. Fire, Bolt, Ice, Poison Frog, Death, and Flare. Blind Ga, exactly. I don't think, but only oracles or mystics learn those type of stuff, like Blind Ga. Counter magic's kind of cool. That one's when attacked by magic, you counter with the same. And then they learn magic attack up, so that's always a fun one too. So we're going to learn fire and ice, because I don't think bolt's really a big important. No, archer, ooh. Equipped crossbow can be kind of fun. Concentrates code cannot evade your attacks. If enemies is targeted in the panel, attack is sure to succeed. So not basically, if I have concentrate, their evasion is negated. That's pretty broken. Speed save is raises speed triggered by HP damage, and then arrow guard is evade bow and crossbow attack. So basically, arrow guard, if someone tries to shoot an arrow, they'll just be like. That's pretty cool. Then jump +1, and then you can equip crossbows regardless of job. Not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and learn charge too, because that's just better. Squire. Oh, we still want to get that JP up, so alright. I do want to keep her with item though. That's pretty important, I think. Alright, chemist. Still not a level 2 chemist. We're very close though. I'm gonna wait till I get Phoenix down, because that one's gonna be important. Archer. Here we go.
I'd rather keep the heal on, but that's nice to know I got. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and switch Delita to a knight. So guest characters or main characters will not change their appearance no matter what kind of job you switch them to. So that's always important to know. I'm gonna put him with guts. Just cause. And then we got Algus here, which is... So he has head break and armor break and accumulate, even though he's a squire again. Same situation, of course. He's gonna learn defend because fuck him. I don't like him. Algus is you'll learn about Algus. He's a kind of already, you can tell why I'm already giving him a nasty voice, because he's a fucking creep. Really don't like him. Alright, charge. Alright. Okay, I think that's pretty much it, so... shop. We got longsword, alright. Mithril knife, longsword, longsword. Good enough. Broadsword, yes. Yes. So that's going to be 4,000 gil for all of that. Damn. So now we can sell all of our broadswords. And sell our dagger. Leather hat we'll sell. Sell the clothes. Okay. I don't think Algus can be a knight yet, can he? Oh no, he totally can be. But he's actually going to be, if anything, he would be an archer. So, guess what? We're going to make him an archer. Because he's a dick. I just don't like him. I love how he still has basic skill, even though he kind of has like guts like these two. I don't like doing this, but I do need to have him with stuff. Alright, quit fitting. So if you do this, you can see, so these two here is going to already make it 80. And then I can sell the stock of a longsword. Yeah, I shouldn't have given him a longsword. That's fine. And then we're going to sell the longsword. And I'm keeping the rod and oak staff because once I get to those, then we can use those. But okay. Alright, so we still have a little bit of money left. That's always good. Brave story. So, reunion with Daisadarg. Once reaching the capital city of Igros and Galon, you headed for the castle. Your brother Daisadarg was waiting for you at Igros Castle. Daisadarg criticized Algus for requesting Daisadarg's troops to revenge him. I think he meant avenge him, but whatever. At Igros Castle, after meeting with Daisadarg, you met with your brother Zalbag and your sister Alma. Zalbag, going after the thieves, claimed a spy heading to Dorter died while collecting information. Ugh, not good. Anyone extra? Negative. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and save, and for YouTube, we're going to go ahead and stop. We're going to continue the stream for one more go, of course. It's a good thing we're saving now, because holy cow. Alright, so for now, that will be it for YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to be playing Final Fantasy Tactics until, hopefully, we can beat it before it comes out, the remaster, because then we're going to be playing the remaster then. Haha. So we'll be able to see, literally, the difference between the two, which is going to be very cool. So, thank you very much for joining. For those staying on the streams, hang tight. We're going to continue our stream here in a second. So, but for those on YouTube, we'll see you next time, of course. We'll see you tomorrow, same time. And we'll play more Final Fantasy Tactics. Alright, so this is Kage Palazzo, and this has been Final Fantasy Tactics. And may you ever walk in the light of the crystal. See you later, guys.
to adventure, Nivelis!